What's up, guys? So finally the results of the genetic testing are in. Got some other updates for you, what the plan is, next steps, all that. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Lauren. My husband and I have been trying to conceive since December 2016. We've got a bunch of testing done, HSG tests, thyroid, ultrasound, labs, more labs, tons of labs, an appointment with an endocrinologist and a reproductive endocrinologist. So if you're interested in any of that, go back and watch my videos that I posted previously. I go through all my results on all that stuff. So let's get into it. I had gotten a genetic screening done. My reproductive endocrinologist recommended it. It was 170 or so diseases that they tested for, and it came back positive that I was a carrier for one of them. So my husband had to go get tested. And he got his results the other day, and he is not a carrier. Yes, thank you so much. It was such a relief, like I can't even tell you. You can probably imagine. So there's already a lot going on in my infertility journey, and this is just one thing that we can check off the list, not worry about. That testing is fine, and we can move forward with our plans, because everything has basically been on hold since I got that result. We got that result around Christmas, might have been right after Christmas. So it's been, you know, a little under a month that we've just been kind of putting everything on hold, which isn't that long considering, but it's felt like a long time. So what are we doing next? My doctor had given me a prescription for Clomid and a prescription for Provera. Provera to start my period, Clomid to help me ovulate. If you haven't watched my video before, on my infertility diagnosis, I have PCOS, and when you have PCOS, you don't get normal periods, and when you do, you don't necessarily ovulate, or you don't ovulate regularly and don't get your period regularly. I'm not really clear if you can get your period without ovulating, or if that's more likely with PCOS. I thought it was common that you could get your period and not ovulate with PCOS, but I just talked to the nurse from my doctor's office yesterday, and she said that's not true. But she was also saying, like, just kind of rude to our whole conversation, so I don't necessarily believe that that's actually accurate. If any of you guys know the answer to that question, please leave it in the comments below, because I'm very curious. Anyway, so basically, we didn't try last month because we were waiting for the genetic results. Now, I actually started my period 2 days ago. So I am on cycle day 3 right now. Now, the last month when we weren't trying was actually my first 30-day cycle in a year, over a year. So that was exciting because I actually got a period on my own 30 days after I had my previous period. So I don't know if that's going to be normal or if that's a one-time thing and then I won't get another one for a long time. But my husband is actually going out of town next week, and so he'll be gone cycle day 7 through 13. So I decided that I'm not going to do Clomid this month because if I think I'm ovulating or get a positive ovulation test on like cycle day 12 or 13 and he's like gets delayed or isn't home yet, then I will have like taken this medication and then he won't be home in time leading up to ovulation, because it's better to try, you know, a couple days before ovulation and the day you ovulate, not just on the day you ovulate. So that's what we're gonna do this month. I'm not gonna take Clomid. I'm gonna see how this cycle goes, see if I ovulate again, see if I get a period again. If I don't, then, and it's been like 35, 40 days, then I can call my doctor's office. They'll do blood tests to test for progesterone to see if I ovulated, if I'm going to get a period at any time soon. If I haven't, then I can do the Provera followed by Clomid, 50 milligrams of days 5 through 9. And so that's the plan for that. So we'll see. I'm excited on the one hand because we are actually now going to be trying. But I'm also kind of like anxious because we haven't really been trying. Like I've had like 2-3 months in between periods over the past like, well, year, but really it's been the past 6 months or so when I've thought something was wrong and kind of not been hopeful and not really been taking pregnancy tests anymore. So now we're going back into the up and down of like the 2-week wait and taking pregnancy tests and tracking symptoms and, you know, does the symptom mean something? Does it not mean anything? I don't know. So it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna be better prepared this time around for the ovulation tracking and the pregnancy tests. I'm gonna try my best not to test until till 12, 14 days past ovulation. Not testing like 5 days after ovulation because that just drives you crazy. So, you know, trying to be strong when we get there, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, so I'm excited. I am excited. It's good. But we still have ways to go, I think. I'm not being negative, I'm just trying to be realistic. So a couple things that I'm doing over the next month while we're just trying naturally, I guess, are a couple things. One, I've been on thyroid medication now I've taken like 27 days, I think, of thyroid medication. So my doctor, my endocrinologist, said he doesn't want to see me until 2 months after I've been on the medication. But I'm thinking I might just ask him to order a blood test for TSH to see what my number's at, because I got like a 4.62, and then I got a 2.75, I think it was, my most recent TSH test. And I've heard from a lot of people, not doctors, but just a lot of people, that TSH over 2 or 2.5 sometimes can affect your ovulation. And my endocrinologist said that higher TSH can affect ovulation, although he didn't give a specific number. So I'm wondering if the thyroid medication has, 1, lowered my TSH, and 2, by how much. So I might ask him for a blood test like in the next week or 2. Not wait 2 months, and then in 2 months when I go see him I can do another one and see, but just kind of see what the difference is so far. I don't know, is that weird to ask for a doctor for a blood test before they're ordering it? Is that like being too aggressive? Is it not? I don't know. I think it's probably fine, and I'll call his office and see, but that's my plan on that. So for the thyroid medication, I haven't really felt any symptoms, side effects really at all. I can't really say I've noticed any differences in anything. It's such a low dose, 25 milligrams of levothyroxine, however you say that. So yeah, 25, no, micrograms, not milligrams, mcg. So I think he said it's the lowest dose that exists. So I'm not surprised that I don't see anything different with that. I've been taking it at 5:30 in the morning because you're supposed to take it on an empty stomach and not eat for at least not 2 hours. Like, well, one person said 20 minutes, one nurse said like 20 to 30 minutes, and then somebody else told me an hour after you take the medication before you can eat. So if I take it at 5:30, then by the time I'm actually eating breakfast at like 7:30, it's been well over the time that I need to wait. Other things that I'm doing over the next month. So with PCOS, I've read that your diet can have a large impact on the symptoms that you get as a result of having PCOS. So I'm going to work on continuing to improve my diet, and I've read some different articles on what a good diet for somebody with PCOS looks like, and so that's the types of things I'm going to be trying to do. One, I had already cut out dairy like maybe 6 months ago. I'm going to continue to stay away from dairy. I'm not gonna have any soy. I'm not going to have any like candy, sugar, donuts, sweets, all that kind of stuff as much as I can. I know I'll cheat occasionally, but really try to stay away from like refined sugars and those types of things. And then the other thing that I was going to stay away from is, like white bread, white pasta, white rice, all of that. So only like whole wheat, whole grain, or just skip it altogether. So the types of things I'm gonna try to eat are like nuts, beans, fruit, fish, greens, all that kind of stuff. Mostly what my diet already is, but even more, gonna kick it up, gonna step it up, keep eating healthy. The fact that I'm promising myself now to you guys is going to help me stick to it when I am tempted. So hopefully we'll do good on that front. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, something else that I'm also trying to do is exercise more. Even if I can only just do like 10 or 15 minutes at home. If I can exercise between 2 and 4 times a week, 4 would be a really good week. 2 I think is a little more realistic, but I will try to keep that as my minimum. That would make me really happy if I could stick to that. Working out gives you energy, it keeps you healthy, it's just so many benefits. Like mentally, I feel like more emotionally stable when I exercise. So really no downside besides the fact that I just hate doing it. But then after I do it every single time, I'm really glad I did, and I feel awesome. So I did go to the gym over the weekend. I went on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I did have Monday off of work, so that made it easier to go. Generally on work days, it's just hard to get to the gym when you like commute and are at work a full day and you get home and you're tired and then you have to cook a healthy dinner. Like, there's only so much time, let's get real. I don't know how like moms do it if they work full time. I just don't know, because I can barely keep up with my life with a full-time job. And yeah, I guess you just figure it out. Anyway, working out, definitely going to try to make it a priority the next month. A lot I'm trying to do over the next month, so I don't want to take on too many things at once and like feel like I'm failing, but I think eating generally healthy, just staying away from sweets mostly, and white grains or like white bread, white pasta, all that stuff, and trying to get to the gym twice a week. I think that's pretty reasonable. So, and then one other thing I want to try to do is I want to try to incorporate apple cider vinegar somehow into my routine. I watched a BuzzFeed video about a woman who has PCOS, and she was talking about her different uses for apple cider vinegar. So she used it for a facial, she mixed it and made like a tea, and she said that it just like cleans out your system and toxins and helps your skin and yada yada yada. So I've read a bunch how like apple cider vinegar is good for like your scalp, and I've been having issues with like my hair, with thinning, with dry scalp, all this stuff. And I guess apple cider vinegar, very diluted with water, can be helpful for that. So I'm going to try those things this month as well. I don't want to change too many things at once, because then you don't know what's helping and what's not, but all these things are fairly small, so I think I'm gonna go for it and see what happens. So that's pretty much it for this video. I am, like I said, cycle day 3, so I would potentially be ovulating like towards the end of the month if I had a normal 30-day cycle, which I'm not super confident that that's gonna happen, but I am, you know, maybe thinking it could be possible. I don't wanna get my hopes up and then get disappointed, because that's what happens with infertility, is you think, oh, maybe this is gonna work out, and then it doesn't, and over and over and over. So I need to like stay calm. That's the other thing I need to do. I need to like meditate, positive affirmations, things that I talked about in my last video about staying positive. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. And that's pretty much my plan. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will give another update soon on how this month is going, the different things I'm doing, how they're working out, and I will see you guys soon.